Hey everyone, Isaiah and the Price Gang here. We're gonna show you how to freeze dry tomatoes. Hazy, let's see that tomato.
Show me your tomato.
Oh yeah. All right, we've got a few ripe tomatoes in our little mini garden here on our back porch, and we want to just pick a few of these. Plus, we've got a bunch of others inside.
Is it just the red ones? Right here. Hazel, look, you picked a tomato.
Ooh, tomato, yummy. Say tomato.
No, Mom.
Tomato. All right, let's wash these babies up. Okay, so I am gonna show you how I like to do tomatoes. There's other methods out there, but this is what I have found to work really well for me. I just like to do them in slices. You can chop them or dice them however you want, but the important thing is that you expose the skin. You cut it open so that when it freeze dries, it can suck all that moisture out. It's really hard for the freeze dryer to penetrate that skin if you're not cutting the tomatoes really well. So what I like to do is I'll just put slices, probably, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick or so, like that. And I will use our little tray grids here. You can get those on our website. They're awesome because they are dishwasher safe, but they have these little legs on them. And when you put them on these trays, it provides a little bit of extra airflow and it raises them up just enough to get extra airflow, but it's still close enough to the tray that you get the heat that you need from those heating elements. And so we'll just fill these up. I also have a couple of zucchini that we pulled out of our garden today, and we're gonna slice those up and freeze dry those as well. Okay, and so the way I like to do this, you can actually overlap them a little bit, and so I'll kind of stack them up on the tray like that so that you can fit a ton more on there, and they will freeze dry just fine. Okay, so here we go. We got all of our tomatoes on here and a bunch of zucchini as well. Let's go throw these babies in the freeze dryer. Okay, so I just decided last second here, we're gonna do one of these trays with some garlic salt. This is one of our favorite ways to eat tomatoes, huh, Piper? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do some of this and then save these as just little garlic tomato salt chip snacks. So what we'll do is we'll just sprinkle a little bit on there. Okay guys, here we go. Let's throw them in there. Zucchini's going on the top shelf, okay. And then Piper, you got your tray in there. We've got some of these yellow tomatoes. Oh yeah.
They taste just the same.
Gotta make sure it goes in there straight. There we go. Okay, Piper, close the door. Cooper, close the drain valve. Okay, Piper, hit continue. And done. Okay, so the cool thing about the freeze dryer is that it is just automatic. There is a sensor back in there. You can barely see it back in there. Well, the whole system is based off that sensor, and it will just freeze and freeze and freeze until it's completely frozen, and then it'll pump it into the vacuum cycle, and then it'll freeze under vacuum pressure for a while, and then it will turn the heating elements and it will slowly raise the temperature of those tomatoes up, and so that it'll allow that negative vacuum pressure to suck the moisture molecules out of these tomatoes, and it'll just dry and dry and dry until it's done. All right, process complete. That batch took 26 hours and 30 minutes. I am not 100% certain it's finished yet, but I'm gonna check it out. So we'll open up our drain valve. Let's see what this looks like in here. Oh yeah, check that out. So everything is just crispy, crumbly. So what you want to see with this freeze-dried food is you want to see it just crack and crumble just like that. So awesome. Smashed my thumb with the hammer, by the way, that's what that is. Classic dude move. But I like to kind of go through and check and make sure that everything is nice and dry. Everything feels good on that one. Yep, nice and crumbly. Even these bigger tomatoes. Nice and crumbly. These zucchini, so crazy. It like turns into like styrofoam. They're just feather light. Very, very cool. Okay, everything looks like it's nice and done. Let's package these babies up. Oh yeah, Piper. Okay. Oh, look at those zucchini. Putting their stacked together. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple of these zucchini, a couple of these tomatoes, and we're gonna use these as our rehydration test. All right, there we go. We got zucchini and tomatoes. A couple of samples over here. I'm gonna give these to some friends and neighbors. Some more zucchini in there, but these are the ones we're gonna package up for long term. Okay, so I've got my vacuum sealed bag here, and this is the way I like to keep my oxygen absorbers. I'll only use what I need, and then I'll hurry and seal up the rest. So we've got 4 there, and then my first priority here is to get these sealed back up nice and tight. And oxygen absorber in each. And I like to just kind of seal it most of the way, push what air I can out. And then we'll go along and heat seal them. Nice good seal there. Which ones were the zucchini? I can't remember. That's the zucchini. Yep. Okay guys, let's do a rehydration test. For this video, I'll just do them on a dish like this. You could do it how people do it different ways. You could lay them out on a cookie sheet and just do it like I'm gonna do it, or you could put them in a bowl of water. I don't love putting things just thrown in a bowl of water, typically because your stuff gets kind of waterlogged and you can lose some of your flavor that way. So I kind of like to do it slowly like this, with vegetables at least. With meat, when I rehydrate, I like to do it with broth, and then you can just add it slowly. Or you can put it in a Ziploc baggie and add it, and then it'll absorb all of that and you won't lose the flavor. So let's just do it slow like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add this water bit by bit and let these, it's like styrofoam soaking this water back up. It's so cool. You see how it's just soaking that back up like foam, or like foam is. So cool. Okay, and then like right away, you've already got that tomato. So there you go. It's already soft. The zucchini is already almost fully rehydrated. crazy. So with the zucchini, you can tell it actually lost a little bit of its volume. This was not quite a 1/4 inch thick, but it's kind of flattened out a little bit. So something to think about. And then this tomato, the consistency of it is not quite what it was. It's a little bit on the soggy side. So maybe that's something you want to keep in mind when you do tomatoes. It will, all of the nutrition is there, but it did turn out a little bit soggy on the rehydration end. So maybe you want to do these in, I mean, you can do them in slices like this. You can puree it. You can do it in chunks and then add it to whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to make salsa or whatever. But anyway, let's taste it. Other than it being a little soggy, tastes awesome. All the flavor is there. Super good. So I would probably just make salsa out of this, or add it to a soup or stew, or put it over the top of eggs. I mean, there's a million things you could do with tomatoes. With the zucchini, you could make zucchini bread out of that, or again, there, put it in soup or stew. Zucchini, it's awesome. All right, everybody, that's it. Freeze-dried tomatoes. Another benefit of your freeze dryer, you can save all the produce that comes out of your garden, and sometimes it comes out so fast that you can't eat it all or even give it away fast enough. So you can freeze it, chop it up, prep it, pre-freeze it, and then as your freeze dryer is available, you can freeze dry batch after batch. And then eventually you have a ton of stuff like this. You can add it to soups and stews and make salsa. And I mean, there's all kinds of different options for this once it's freeze dried, but now it's gonna last long term, and you were able to save it. So if you liked this video and you found this useful, like, subscribe, share. It really helps us to build the channel and to keep content like this coming. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Yeah, I definitely spelled zucchini wrong.